This month I was in Westby, Wisconsin, shooting a house built by Roald Gunderson, who is pioneering something called whole tree architecture. And Roald and I got to talking. Many people have heard about slow food, the slow food movement, which is the art of enjoying food that was sourced locally, that's taken time to prepare, and that's organic and healthy. And Roald is talking about taking this a step further into a slow building, slow architecture movement. And here's what he has to say about that.
It's been occurring more and more that not only are the people that are interested in whole and organic food interested in natural building. They have many parallels. Natural building and certainly whole tree architecture can be sourced very locally, much like your local farmers market or community-supported agriculture. They reinvest a great deal back into the local economy. The material is low toxicity. It won't kill you like a lot of manufactured building materials will off-gas and provide you with various problems, health problems, as does chemically processed or chemically grown food. And it's the sort of thing that can be sustainably produced into the future. The slow aspect is that this type of building takes longer. It doesn't cost more. It can actually cost less, but it'll take longer. You'll have to plan more in advance. So this is a process that takes longer. There's more planning involved, but the actual cost may save you money in terms of taking your mortgage down from a 30-year to perhaps a 20, maybe even less. So in one sense, it actually takes less time. And in sort of a parallel with organic food is that, yes, organic food takes longer to prepare. It's less processed. It requires maybe going a little bit out of your way to do it. It may require also that it costs a little bit more up front. But the long-term benefits come back in health, your environment, your community, the ecology, and you know, it can create a more beautiful, enjoyable day-to-day life. And having worked on the biosphere where 8 people willingly locked themselves up for 2 years, I remind people that they spend more than 90% of their lives inside of a house or a building. And if you're lucky, you maybe spend 90%. Most people actually spend closer to 95% of their lives inside of a building or buildings. So it better be good. It better be a beautiful experience because that's where you're going to be. We don't live outside anymore, if we ever did really. But I would also make the analogy that slow building has much more meaning involved in it, because in this case, these people know these trees. They know what went into their house. They hand-pick them for their house. One of the trees actually is oriented just above where it grew inside the house. We took one tree down when we built the house. And yet we cut well over 200 trees to make this house, which is far, far smaller amount of trees than would be required had we made it out of conventional materials. So that's a big gulp, because that's a lot of trees for one house. In this context, where we're gardening the forest, that's a little drop in the bucket, because the forest can actually just in the state of Wisconsin, for instance, we have 13 million acres. The United States has over 800 million acres of trees, of forest land. Well, from the work that I've done looking at this, it looks as though just the state of Wisconsin could provide enough whole trees for most of the demand of all the houses, the new houses that are built in the United States every year for their structure. So you could replace all the other, and the forests in the state of Wisconsin would be improved by doing that. They would actually be sequestering more CO2. They'd actually be healthier forests. And so that's an exciting relationship if that is indeed true. And much with organic agriculture and organic farming, slow food or slow building You have to have more patience. It's more integrated into your community. You have to get to know people around you. You create a little, being that housing is a good chunk of your investment of, it's over a quarter of your paycheck. A big chunk of that quarter, perhaps 20%, can go right back into your community. Whereas if you buy a conventional house, maybe as little as 12 to 15% go back into your local community. So it's a huge difference in how we live and how we live together.